Historically, hip-hop's powerhouses emanated from America's East and West Coasts, while Outkast's rise in the mid-90s helped put the South on the map. However, rap music in the Midwest remained largely neglected until Nelly burst onto the scene with the infectiously catchy Country Grammar, Hot Shit. Released on the 29th of February 2000 as the lead single of his debut album of the same name, Country Grammar didn't just shine a light on the Midwest. It catapulted Nelly from a relative outsider to a legitimate pop star. Arguably hip-hop's first successful crossover artist, Nelly became a defining figure of the early 90s and was ranked as the third most successful act of the decade by Billboard. Parochialism has always been a popular tactic within hip-hop, particularly during the coastal wars of the mid-90s. However, to achieve a commercial breakthrough, most Midwestern rappers had often been drawn towards a particular coastal sound, with Eminem favoring the harder East Coast sound perpetuated by the likes of Nas, while Cleveland natives Bone Thugs and Harmony gravitated towards a West Coast-oriented flavor. Nelly, born in Austin, Texas, but raised in St. Louis, broke the mold in this regard, showing a distinct hometown pride, typified by his proud declaration in Country Grammar. Sing it loud, what? I'm from the Lou and I'm proud. Nelly doesn't shy away from his origins in Country Grammar, embracing his Midwestern drawl, effortlessly blending rural and urban slang, hence the track's title. His laid-back style contrasted with the aggressive gangster rap style that had begun to dominate hip-hop, and his rhythmic delivery had a distinctly R&B flavor. The success of Country Grammar stemmed from Nelly's willingness to stretch the conventions of hip-hop as he mixed rapping with singing. While the likes of Lauryn Hill had achieved great success by encompassing such a style, male artists had primarily stuck to rapping before Nelly's emergence. Country Grammar is a pop rap sing-along, and while displaying his authentic roots, it allowed Nelly access to a global market, able to rival the kingpins of hip-hop, Jay-Z and Eminem, while challenging pop stars like Britney Spears and NSYNC. Peaking at number 7 in the US and UK charts and reaching the top 20 in Australia, Canada, Germany, and the Netherlands, Country Grammar's catchy hooks and friendly sound indicated how hip-hop could consistently infiltrate popular music. Upon release, the single included a clean edit with profanity backmasked or replaced by radio-friendly words, which initially mortified Nelly, but allowed the track to garner significant airplay. The track's pop sensibilities are created by its playful melody and chorus, derived from the rhyming song Down Down Baby, popularly associated with children's clapping games.
Down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster, sweet, sweet baby, I'll never let you go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, pop.
On the chorus, Nelly cleverly reappropriates it to his lifestyle, turning it into a cruising anthem. I'm going down, down, baby, your street in a Range Rover. Appearing on the YouTube channel Hot New Hip Hop's Behind the Beat series, the track's producer, Jason J.E. Epperson, revealed that a child originally sang the track's infectious hook before being changed to a pitched-up version of Nelly's vocals.
Before it even came out, there was a kid on it, because it was, the nursery rhyme type of thing. So they wanted a kid to actually sing the hook. But we ended up taking it out and just kind of pitching Nelly up a little bit. If you listen to it, you hear the pitched up one in the background, and then his main is in the front.
J.E. initially tried shopping the beat around, but it received a lukewarm reception from everyone except Nelly, who found it exceptional. The song was intended for the St. Lunatics, but the beat failed to resonate with any of its members. Consequently, Nelly took it upon himself to craft the entire song. Once the song was recorded and complete, it garnered unanimous admiration from all involved, with both the song and the beat being deemed truly remarkable. Epperson's shrewd production was instrumental to the track's success, particularly the bouncing, reverbing bass line he created, which gave the song a low-riding, cruising feel. Epperson had been working with Nelly and his group St. Lunatics for several years, and had produced their 1997 effort Gimme What You Got, which proved popular in St. Louis. Having helped cultivate Country Grammar's sound, Epperson also helped Nelly shop the track around to record labels, landing him a deal with Universal in 1999 that allowed the track to graduate from an underground hit to a successful single. While members of the St. Lunatics appeared on the album, Country Grammar was a Nelly showcase, with none of the rest of the group enthused by the track's beats. The playful sample and Nelly's singing allowed him to mask his nefarious mentions of guns, Street Sweeper Baby, cocked ready to let it go, and smoking marijuana, shimmy shimmy cocoa what, listen to it pound, light it up and take a puff, pass it to me now. While Country Grammar lacked the stereotypically aggressive overtones of gangster rap, Nelly was no stranger to the travails many of his contemporaries painted. Murphy Lee, Nelly's friend and fellow St. Lunatics member, famously told Rolling Stone, Nelly was going to be either a #1 rapper or a #1 drug dealer. Murphy's words provide credibility to Nelly's claims, but Country Grammar is a feel-good party anthem, reveling in escapism rather than reality, as evidenced in the scenes depicted in the music video. Country Grammar is full of braggadocious statements, but without the venom of traditional gangster rap tracks. Having made his breakthrough after years of hard graft, Nelly is bursting with confidence and swagger. His brags are playful, from describing himself as blowing up like Cocoa Puffs to fans fainting while I'm entertaining, and I run more game than the Bulls and Sonics. Only in the second verse does he veer towards more violent declarations aimed at potential enemies who want to spoil his celebrations. Hey, I'm ready to cut you up any day now. However, despite the threats, Nelly never feels menacing and simply encourages you to party with him. Play by my rules, boo, and you gon' stay high. The tone of Country Grammar is celebratory, and it's a song designed not to be taken seriously. Lyrically, it lacks the introspective depth of other tracks on the album, like Lovin' Me, and the rhymes are deliberately nonsensical but immensely catchy. Getting perved and getting dubbed, daps and hugs, mean mugs and shoulder shrugs. Equally, he trades in humorous metaphors and similes, such as, now I'm knocking like Jehovah. The success of Country Grammar had been a long time coming for Nelly, and he seems determined to enjoy himself rather than becoming bogged down in the competitiveness that sometimes pervades hip-hop. Nelly does name-drop several rappers throughout, but never in a derogatory manner. In the first verse, he references legendary West Coast rapper and producer Too Short. Player my style's raw, I'm born to mac like Todd Shaw. He also alludes to Snoop Dogg's single Gin and Juice. Gin, tonic, and chronic, bionic, it's ironic. Onyx's massive hit, Slam, slamming is like Onyx, and gives a humorous nod to the spending sprees of MC Hammer. Smoking blunts in Savannah, blow 30 mil like I'm Hammer. Nelly's mentions are respectful, showcasing his knowledge of hip-hop and his intentions to join such luminaries. His musical mentions aren't just restricted to rap, and he gives a shout-out to Jamaican reggae artist Beanie Man, specifically alluding to the hook from his 1997 hit, Who Am I, Sim Simma, with the line, Keys to my Beamer, mon, holler at Beanie Man. Nelly even adopts a stereotypically Jamaican accent when pronouncing the word man. At the end of the second verse, Nelly also engages in a tried and tested method of rap music, rattling off a list of cities to gain affiliation and respect. From St. Louis to Memphis, from Texas, back up to Indiana, Chi-Town, KC, Motown to Alabama, LA, New York Yankee to hot Atlanta. Rappers such as Will Smith on his 1997 track Miami had employed this tactic successfully, and by name-dropping various places, Nelly showcases his desire to reach audiences beyond St. Louis and his objective to become a star across the country. Not only does he reference famous rappers and places, but Nelly references several celebrities. Notably in the third verse, when demonstrating his newfound riches, he asks, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Flaunting wealth is another seasoned archetype of rap music, and by placing himself amongst such affluent company, Nelly is implying he has made it, and a world of wealth and luxury awaits him. Country Grammar is littered with references to money and the material trappings it can bring, but poignantly, Nelly is aware of how far he has come. From broke to having brokers, my price range is Rover. Having come from relative poverty, Nelly is determined to enjoy his wealth, and the track's themes of resilience and ambition would be relatable to many of Nelly's listeners. Country Grammar received a largely positive reception upon release despite being a relatively low priority for Universal. It garnered a slew of famous fans, with Michael Jackson calling Nelly personally to profess his love for the song, which Nelly details on Complex's magnum opus.
I got a phone call from Michael Jackson when Country Grammar, we was on our bus and we was riding, and I get on the phone and Michael Jackson singing Country Grammar. I'm going down, down, baby, your street in the Range Rover, boom, boom. Nelly, I love that song, and I mean, I damn near crashed the bus.
Jackson then offered the St. Lunatics tickets to his show, where they were seated beside Donald Trump, another big fan who had enjoyed his shout-out in the third verse. The track saw Nelly receive a Grammy nomination in 2001 for Best Rap Solo Performance, losing to Eminem's The Real Slim Shady. Beyond its critical success, Country Grammar has proven profitable for Nelly, featuring in TV shows and movies, including the 2005 remake of The Longest Yard, in which he starred.
If I was on D, I'd crack you square in that egg-ass head of yours.
Yeah, but you ain't on D. Are you, bitch?
Statowski.
Country Grammar's broader impact was considerable, and in an interview with Complex, Nelly mused on its significance with the rap game. I think Country Grammar allowed people from not just New York, LA, or Atlanta, places that were already established, to believe that they could be a major player in this game if they worked their ass off, and if they come up with something that was appreciated by everybody. Country Grammar instilled a belief in fellow St. Louis rappers, allowing natives such as Chingy, Jaquan, and Huey to achieve commercial breakthroughs. Equally, in bridging the gap between rap and pop music, Nelly helped pave the way for the likes of 50 Cent, T-Pain, and more recently, Drake. Country Grammar achieved immense success as an album, topping the US Billboard 200 chart for 5 consecutive weeks. In 2016, it became the hip-hop album to be certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, with Nelly joining an elite list of names, including Tupac and Biggie. Nelly backed up Country Grammar with his sophomore effort, Nellyville, which featured huge singles, Dilemma and Hot in Her, the latter of which spent 7 consecutive weeks topping the Billboard charts. Country Grammar proved to be a triumphant launchpad for Nelly, and he became synonymous with the noughties culture, not only as an artist but as a fashionista and businessman. Despite his success and undoubted influence, Nelly often doesn't receive as much praise as his hip-hop contemporaries, and he was often criticized for his perceived lack of lyricism. A bullet first fired by rapper KRS-One on his 2002 track, Clear 'Em Out. You tired of me saying what's real hip-hop? Well, I'm tired of you biting my shit to go pop. Nelly would respond emphatically on his 2002 song, Number 1. Hey yo, I'm tired of people judging what's real hip-hop. Half the time, you be the to fucking album flop. Regardless of squabbles over Nelly's authenticity as a rapper, there can be no denying the influence of Country Grammar, arguably one of the greatest cross-cultural communication tracks ever.